The crewman pinned the boy down, forcing him into the whale's carcass. The metallic smell of blood made him want to throw up, but this was all necessary to extract the valuable whale oil. In the early 1800s, the American whaling industry was thriving. Electric lights hadn't been invented yet, making whale oil lamps an everyday necessity. The whale oil market was massive, with skyrocketing prices and enormous profits attracting numerous adventurers. The whaling industry steadily grew, even becoming a family business in some cases. Thor was the region's premier whaler. On his previous voyage, he brought back 1,500 barrels of whale oil for his employer, earning the company a small fortune. Yet his boss failed to honor the promise to make Thor captain. Instead, the boss appointed an inexperienced gentleman captain, simply because he was the heir to a whaling dynasty. In American society during that era, even captains of old fishing vessels had to come from noble lineage. Noticing Thor's discontent, the boss offered triple pay and a written promise that if Thor returned with 3,000 barrels of whale oil, he would be made captain on the next voyage. For his wife and soon-to-be-born child to have a better life, Thor grudgingly accepted the boss's terms. The ship had many seasoned whalers, except for 17-year-old Tom. This was his first time at sea, and despite being afraid, he didn't dare show it. He curiously observed those around him, noticing some men wearing white pendants on their chests. A fellow sailor told him these were symbols of a whaler's highest honor, medals for single-handedly killing a large whale. Thor impressively wore 3 such medals. The captain ordered the ship to set sail, but some sailors mishandled the rigging, causing the canvas to tangle in the ropes. If not fixed promptly, the ship's safety would be at risk. Thor boldly climbed the mast, quickly cut the ropes, and the sails unfurled. The ship steadied, earning him praise from the crew for his decisiveness. This action established Thor's authority among the sailors, but the captain seemed displeased. After dinner, Thor went to the cabin to assign duties and found Tom seasick. He immediately dragged Tom up to the deck and threw him overboard without hesitation. Tom pleaded for mercy, and after being pulled back onto the ship, he couldn't help but vomit. Thor said little, only coldly warning Tom, the sea's cruelty has only just begun. Ignoring advice, the captain blindly ordered full speed ahead, completely disregarding the approaching storm. Thor stepped forward, suggesting they slow down and change course, but the captain dismissed his concerns. When the ship sailed into the storm, the captain finally realized his recklessness. The violent winds and waves nearly capsized the vessel several times. If not for Thor and the first mate's quick thinking, everyone would have perished at sea. After the storm passed, the captain blamed Thor for what happened. Unwilling to argue, Thor only wanted to complete his task of collecting 3,000 barrels of whale oil, so he walked away. Just then, a sailor pointed to waterspouts in the distance and shouted, "Whale sighted!" The sailors quickly divided into 3 groups, boarded small boats, and headed out to sea. The whale hunt had begun. In the Heart of the Sea is an epic maritime adventure film based on a true story. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't reveal more details, but we strongly recommend watching it to experience this breathtaking journey firsthand.